game is lame and absurd, but you spit. You need to sit back and observe a certified pimp.
So oh yes he is. I mean that boy does the shit.
He's a mess he is.
Fresh to death.
Ain't nobody fresh as he is.
They can't compare.
Won't get next to him
because he's so fly. I mean the boy's so clean. From his white tee on down to those jeans. You see the ice in the pinky.
Well, we are live a little bit early today, but doesn't matter, better early than never, I guess. So anyway, I purposely waited a couple of weeks into the new year before I started doing the live stream, and because I wanted to see how, the year was going to start out. I'm sure a lot of you are probably well into breaking your New Year's resolutions. For those of you that may have set resolutions prior to the new year, but that's okay. It's the same thing we do every year. We make resolutions and we break them. I didn't make a resolution per se, but I did make a commitment to broadcast every Sunday, no matter what, no matter where I'm at, with whatever gear I have available to me. So today, I'm not in my studio, obviously. Sitting out here by the waterfront, downtown Fort Pierce, and all I have is my phone and my gimbal. So that's what it's going to be today. I'm actually going to get out and walk around here and see what's popping out here. There's a bunch of people out here fishing, a bunch of people walking and strolling. So I'm just going to hang out and chit-chat with y'all for a while. I can't take any calls. You can leave your comments, though, below. This year, I expect to have a very prosperous year. A lot of things I'm trying to accomplish this year as I make my way off the hamster wheel. I know y'all heard me talk about a little bit of that toward the end of last year, and but this year is happening. I'm going off the grid, not off the grid per se in terms of technology, but off the grid in terms of not living to work. Can't do that anymore. Not looking forward to retiring at 65 or 65 or 70 or 73, whatever the fuck the retirement age is. That's not what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking to live life now. Of course, I think I am a little bit more fortunate than most in that I did get to do so many things early in life after high school, going into the military, traveling around the world, had a really good career in the music industry, and now I'm just trying to grow old gracefully, be grandpa. All my kids are grown. I'm so proud of every one of them. They're all doing well. Definitely blessed that my kids, made it into adult life with all 10 toes and all 10 fingers, and they're standing on their own, so very happy about that, very fortunate, and it is what it is. Here we are, 2023. I honestly never thought that I'd make it this far. I'm 57 years old. And I know that some of y'all will say, well, that's not old, Ken. But yes, the fuck it is. I'm definitely looking at more yesterdays than I have tomorrows. I understand that. And I don't know what's next. None of us know what's next. So I'm not going to wait until I'm a bona fide senior citizen to start enjoying life again. And I can say again because most of my life has been extremely enjoyable. And I mean, most of it, for real. Even through some of the so-called bad times that I felt like I had, life was still good. So I can't really complain. I'm no Superman or whatever. I'm just like many of you out there. I'm severely flawed in many ways. But every day it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress until the day we leave here. So keep working at whatever it is that you do, or whatever goals you've set for yourself. Keep on moving forward with that. Don't let nothing stop you, and live your life the way you want to live it. You know what I'm saying? I can remember back when I first got into the music business, and people were, people close to me, the worst haters, the biggest haters are people that are close to you, telling me that I should get a real job. What the fuck is a real job? Explain that to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the person that you're working for got that very same response from people close to them when they were starting their businesses or when they were pursuing their dreams. And I've always been one to stress independence. You know what I'm saying? A job is always going to keep you just over broke, and there is so much more fulfillment in life when you can live on your own terms and do it the way that you want to do it. Now, don't get me wrong. Most people will never be leaders of anything other than maybe their families, and most are not even leaders of that. In fact, just the other day, I put up a post. Wasn't a quote. Something I came up with is the fact that most people will never be leaders. So they should really focus in on being great followers. And being a great follower is not a bad thing. It really isn't, because to be a great follower, you have to choose a great leader to follow. So don't feel bad, or don't feel ashamed, or don't feel inadequate if you never, start your own business, run your own company, or anything like that. Everybody's not built for that. Sometimes I think I'm not built for it. It is hard. It is very hard in this society, in this world, to live on your own terms. But it's not impossible. It really isn't. Recently, I've found myself going against the grain, and not really. Hold on one second. I'm gonna step out of the car here because I want to. It's hot. It's hot as hell in Florida. But anyway, as I was saying, where you going? I haven't used this gimbal very much, so I don't really have the functions down pat. It's actually been sitting in the back of my car for a better part of a year. And excuse the glare behind me. I'm walking, here, let me turn the other way here. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, as I was saying, it's very hard to live your life on your own terms. We got to pay bills. We got a lot of responsibilities in terms of our families and things of that nature. So it's very, very difficult, to do what a lot of us truly want to do because, we're saddled with the day-to-day grind of trying to make money, and trying to keep a roof over our heads, trying to eat, so forth and so on. But I've taken on that task most of my adult life. I was never pressured by peers. Peer pressure doesn't mean anything to me, so I don't even understand what that means. So I've always marched to my own drum beat, and that's what I chose to do. And that's why, hey, for what I did for me may not work for you, but you just, have, as I said, live life the way that you want to live and do your thing. Excuse me, the people walk by. But anyway, life is what you make it. You write your own book. Nothing is predetermined. I don't believe anything is predetermined. I think that your destiny is in your own hands. So you have to make it what you want it to be, and make a plan for your life and follow it. Plans don't always work out, so you got to be fluid. So that's just that. Don't be so hard on yourself. If you don't accomplish everything that you set out to do, just make sure that when you fall down, you get back up and keep on marching forward. Don't give up. So anyway, it is beautiful out here today. It's breezy. I don't know what this sounds like right now. It's probably sounding a little windy. Maybe I should have put my dead cat on. Wasn't thinking, didn't know it was that breezy out here today, but that's okay. But anyway, hey, check it out, everybody. If you're watching, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Visit the website, www.crazybabytv.com. Show me some love. I'm not selling you nothing. I don't have any products. I don't have no merch or nothing like that. So you're not going to you're not going to hold on, let me get this turned around here. All right, as I said, I haven't used this gimbal in quite a while, so but anyway, I'm so absent-minded sometimes. Subscribe to the channel, visit the website crazybabytv.com, home of the Ken Jackson Experience. Hopefully y'all will watch me this year, help get the algorithm working on my channel and get my viewer numbers up, and then we can have some fun. I got some great topics coming up. Some are going to be very tough topics for me to talk about because they involve me personally. But we're going to be talking about relationships, all the typical stuff that you normally hear on a regular basis online. And but we're going to be talking about some medical issues. It sounds boring, but trust me, it's going to be very, very interesting. We've all had issues with our health over the years, and especially now, at my age, health issues are front and center. So it's something that's very important to me, staying healthy, as I get older. And, as I always say to everybody, I'm just trying to grow old gracefully. But, I want you to send in some suggestions, any things that you might want to talk about. Next week's show, the phone lines will be up, so we'll be taking calls live on the air. So hopefully some of you call in and let's have a chat. I'm really looking forward to that part of the experience. And understand this is my experience. So if you get offended by some of the things that I may say, I'm sorry, but hey, you don't have to watch. You don't have to watch. I'm not trying to force any opinions on anybody. I'm not trying to force my ideas on anybody. As I said, everybody should live their life the way they choose. Do you. Do you. Because only you can be you. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? Sometimes we make life so complicated, and we have so many problems. But if you're being honest, you'll find out that most of your problems are brought on by you. Really. Like toxic friends. We get to choose our friends. We choose who we befriend, who we allow in our life. Only thing we don't get to choose is family. We can't choose our relatives. But we can choose whether or not we're going to deal with our relatives or how we're going to deal with it. We can choose how we're going to deal with our friends. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to allow negativity into your life. You really don't. You can walk away from it. You can dismiss it from your life. Negative people, you don't have to allow them any real estate in your head or in your life at all. Think about that. Think about that. I was speaking to someone just the other day, a friend of mine actually, was telling me about some other person that was getting on their nerves and this, that, and I was like, yo, why are you dealing with this person? Why do you even answer the phone when they call? You don't have to deal with them. The only reason they're getting on your nerves is because you allow it. You can't control what anybody else does, but you can control what you do, and you can control how you respond to what other people do. You know what I'm saying? So don't let yourself be aggravated, because somebody else wants to be negative. You don't have to deal with those people. So dismiss them right out of your life right away. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's nice out here today. It really is. I wish I could show you some of these people. Some of these people don't need to be outside, or at least not the way they're dressed. That's the funny part about dealing with folks, is that they are so interesting to observe. And I love coming out some days and just watching people. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna embarrass them and put their faces all over Front Street, at least not today. Next broadcast, it might be a different story. I saw a lady earlier today, though. She was dressed to the nines. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hair was tight. Face was made up real pretty. Not overdone. Nails were done. Got down to them open shoes, and her feet were fucked up. Dirty as fuck. Listen, ladies and guys, if you got dirty, funky ass looking feet, don't wear open shoes. I'm just saying. Nobody wants to see that shit. And you know what I'm talking about. And I'm not saying that to profess that I'm all that, because I'm definitely not. As I said earlier, I am extremely flawed, and but I accept that about myself, and I work on making myself better. But I do try to look presentable when I come out in public, and I may not be that attractive to everybody, but I'm attractive to somebody. More importantly, I'm attractive to me. I love me, so I really don't care what anybody else thinks about me, but at the same time, I'm not coming outside looking all busted and beat the fuck up and dirty, and you know what I'm saying? And that's that. Anyway, man, it is so nice out here. I wish I could, oh yeah, you know what? I can turn this camera around. And hold on, I'm gonna let you all see what I'm looking at. Hold on. All right, there it goes. It flipped. And out here on the Treasure Coast Intercoastal Waterway. And this is like one of my favorite spots to come to. Like to come out here and relax, and get my mind right. There's always plenty of people out here, and fishing, just walking. Let's see, we got the expensive ass condos right here on the waterfront. I mean, they are expensive as shit, $1 million plus. Got the public library down there towards the marina. It's a really cool and relaxing place to come to, if you just want to chill and get your mind right. And I like it down there. I like it. I have a lot of enjoyable days down here when I'm going through things and I just want to think things out. I come down to the waterfront, breathe this fresh salt air, and I just love it. It is what it is. Man, everybody should be able to experience something like this on a regular basis. It relieves stress in a big way. And I don't know. What more can I say? But anyhow, one of the things that's been on my mind this past week, on the MLK Day, we had a shooting here in Fort Pierce. They call it a mass shooting. It made national news. And unfortunately, a young lady lost her life. And she was a single mother, I believe, of a 9-year-old. And now that 9-year-old has no mother. And what makes it so bad is that it's another example of what's wrong with the black community. We got a bunch of savages running around in these streets. And I say that with no sympathy. I don't feel for these kids because I used to mentor some of these boys. And in talking to some of these kids, I found out that a lot of them enjoy the gangster lifestyle. They enjoy being savages. They enjoy being animals. And I know that a lot of their situation, you might be able to say, yeah, well, they're a product of their environment, and they didn't know any better because nobody was there to teach them. And you know what? That's only partially true. And I say that's partially true because, like I said, I used to mentor some of these young boys, and speaking to them, I found out they knew that what they were doing was wrong. And I would ask them, why do you continue doing it? And they tell me, Mr. Ken, we like the thug life. We like that shit. I see somebody that got something nice, I gotta have it, so I'm taking it. You know, or, you know, they'd be saying things like, well, you know, they was trying to get me, so I had to get them first. But why were they trying to get you? Was it because they felt like you were trying to get them? It's like a self-destructive cycle of violence, you know, and it's just crazy. It's just real crazy. And then as soon as one of these little fools gets popped, you know, by the police, black folks want to come out and protest. Black folks want to come out in the streets and riot and act a damn fool. But while these kids are running around terrorizing the neighborhoods, selling dope, you know, and destroying property and having no respect for anything, nobody's saying nothing. Nobody's saying a damn thing. Nobody wants to tell. Nobody sees anything. And I don't understand that. I don't understand that. And don't get me wrong, I have absolutely no love for bad police. None. But you know what? Not all of them are bad. And we need the police. Because without the police, who knows how stupid it might be out here in these streets. But these kids out here nowadays are savages. And for what? It's crazy because they're always talking about how much they love their hood. They're protecting their hood. The hood needs protection from them. We got to stop co-signing this bullshit in the black community. You know, like Charleston White says, I'm telling. I see you doing some dumb shit, I'm telling. You can't call me a snitch because I'm not in that street life. I'm not out here doing the shit that y'all are doing. I work, I pay my taxes. I'm a father to my children. I'm a grandfather to my grandchildren. And I know a lot of these cats out here in the streets didn't have all of that. But then at the same time, a lot of them did. And they still went wrong. They still went left. And I just don't understand why our community is the most self-destructive community on the face of the earth. Why is that? Explain that to me. We're going to talk about this in depth next week. So I want you to join me. But until then, I'm your man's Ken Jackson. This has been the Ken Jackson Experience. Right here, Crazy Baby TV World. Subscribe to the channel. If you like us, like us. If you don't like us, don't like us. But help us out. As I said before, I'm not trying to sell you shit. I have no merch. I have no products. I have just me and the words that I speak. Join me next week, 5 p.m. Sunday, right here on YouTube/CrazyBabyTV World. Go to the website, www.crazybabytv.com. Subscribe to the channel. Get the newsletter. I'm your man's. Peace. I'm out.